You remember the rules of radio? Osita not as privy to this. Like you're never supposed to react to the music or say anything about the music.
Yeah.
I feel every time that comes on, I feel myself getting close to like going like that beat makes me want to go cowbell. Either cowbell from SNL or Night of the Roxbury from SNL. Here's that. I feel like just cowbell. I stop myself every time from not just jumping up in this seat of mine and just let.
Why don't they want you to react to the music though, man? Music is meant to be reacted to.
What is the reason? What is the reason? Oh yeah, they want.
It was just a lot of. There's just lots of dumb things in radio, but it was basically just like nobody cares about the music, so don't waste time talking about.
It's a time thing. It's a waste time thing. Like there's a lot of them. Like what is it? Serda's been an assistant program director without the title or pay, but he's been an assistant program director. I don't mean to put you out there and bring that hard. It's just the truth. But and has been a producer. What's the in there? Like you'll love this one, Osita. Isn't there like a music genre that forever? I don't know if that's still the case that they wanted you to stick to.
Oh yeah, it was old white people music.
That's not how they said it. Yeah, okay.
No, but that's what it is. It was classic rock and like country or something, and I would just play like rap, or I would play like obscure alternative music and stuff, and they would be like, yeah, it's not really like for the people that we're catering to in sports radio. I'd be like, but I thought the music didn't matter, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, ain't that a bitch? Yeah, only what are some Van Halen?
Oh god.
Aerosmith,
it's stuff like that. But then I would also play like
Boy George,
and they'd be like, well, no, like, well,
not that,
what do you
not
play
that
like,
white.
your Bob Dylan songs for? I'd be like, I thought that's what you wanted me to play.
I'd play Spice Girls.
Oh hell yeah! Hey, not gonna lie, there are some Spice. I have a friend who sends me the same Spice Girl song, maybe like once a year. And it like if you listen to it, it sounds so funky, so good. And like every single year he'll be like, man, I just don't get why I like this song so much. And I don't know, man, it slaps. It's so good. We figured out it was produced by Nile Rodgers. So like it's like the guy from Chick, and he was on the last Daft Punk album and everything like that, famous disco guy. And so like that's why the song is just so damn good. It hits so hard. So if you're ever looking for, just
I've been listening to the new Lady Gaga album. I'm in it.
You like Stephanie? You into Stephanie?
It goes hard. Her new album is awesome.
That song "Killer" is amazing, dude. Yeah. That song "Killer" is.
Look at you! I didn't take you for a Stephanie supporter.
It's. I mean, I've always like been into her a little bit. I wouldn't say that I've sat down and listened to lots of Lady Gaga albums, but I've listened to songs here and there. But this album is awesome.
She's Stephanie to me. But yeah,
I could tell. You're gonna tell us why it's Stephanie? Like this, just gonna call her by her name, her God-given name.
That's her name. Okay. I'm a fan of. I don't know why. I'm a fan of just knowing people's real names, like artists, wrestlers, all of that, and I just like to call them by their real names. I don't know why. Once I get it, I keep them in my mind. I keep them in my head. Like she ain't Pink to me. That's Alicia.
Her name's Alicia?
Yeah, it's Alicia.
Damn, that's sexy.
Yeah, man. I really had it really felt right when she had more of an urban, let's call it that, more of an urban feel when she first came out.
Yeah.
Really felt like an Alicia. Now she feels like a Pink, but she really felt like an Alicia.
Damn, Alicia.
I call it Crazy Kurt. Yeah.
I don't think I had her real name. I knew her real name.
Yeah, I got a lot of them. For no reason. It's a big sports night. It is big sports night, big sports day. UConn, South Carolina, crowning a women's champ. Alex Ovechkin. There he goes, passing up Wayne Gretzky. Either one of you ever heard of this gentleman?
Nope.
Alex Ovechkin, of course.
I'm just making sure. Like Serda, I know you didn't, Bigo.
But like
Serda,
I'm still like in sports. Like Alex Ovechkin's been one of the best players in hockey for 15 years.
I just want to see like how far. Are you feeling a little disrespected a little bit when I go with some of this? Because I just never know.
Yeah, like baseball, I would understand. Like I don't have a lot.
So I should think you're a hockey guy now.
Alex Ovechkin's been in hockey for a long time.
He has been, and he's passed the great one. So 895 goals, good for him. Go ahead and do your thing, Alex. You all. I didn't even know to go here, but have y'all ever been to a hockey game?
No, I would love to go though.
It's like the experience it's one of the sports where, like right now, I almost think the experience of watching the NFL or watching football is better at the house or at a bar, just not at the stadium. I still like, for me, that going and being there to the stadium, but like when you start talking about the weather and everything you have to do to get there and, tight seats or we're at like, baseball, especially on a hot day, man, I'm good. I can watch it at the house. I still like going to events, but hockey is clearly the sport to me that is much better in person than it is watching it on TV. It is. I used to go when I was in Nashville. I used to go to the Predators games, and it was live. It was live. Y'all got to get to that. You ain't been
Number one, Nashville got to change that name, bro. That's a crazy name, sir. The Predators.
It's a like, yeah, man.
The Predators.
Like aliens.
In this climate, in the age of Diddy, that's wild.
Nah,
sir.
Man, they can't do
That's
that, man.
wild, bro.
Like no, that's stupid. No, that's stupid. Like, no, it's Predators. We don't mean Predator like allegedly Diddy or Kelly. For those, mean Predator like.
Hey, there's no alleged Kelly. Kelly got He got caught.
I didn't say alleged Kelly. I said alleged. I said alleged Puff. Then I said or Kelly. I didn't say that. Like, sir, to put up the find the Nashville Predators their mascot or their symbol or whatever. That's the meaning of the Predator. Not, it ain't a picture of Diddy.
I mean, hey, that would be a crazy bootleg.
Yeah, like it's not the. What's my man who used to be on Good Morning America? Matt. It ain't a picture of Matt Lauer. It ain't a Matt Lauer. Yeah, that's the Predator. Look at on the chest. That's the Predator, man. Ain't no picture of.
Maybe they should change their name to like Apex, the Apex Predators or something like that, because that's what they're going for.
They
go by the
saber-toothed tiger.
You know what I'm saying?
Predator is fine. Just like I think it was stupid that the Washington had changed their name from the Bullets to the Wizards, and now the Wizards it's just stupid. Like the Bullets is fine, man.
Hey, but the bullets back in the day were flying, dude. They had to stop something. They had to put a stop to that shit.
Now that
somehow,
now
a lot of crime,
right? Like the Predators and the Bullets. There's nothing racially motivated by this. Now, hey, the Washington R's, the Washington racial slurs. I get it. I got that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Got that one. Got that.
For sure.
Yeah, like you're just walking around like it's I get that. But the Predators, no, they don't need to. But no, man, you got to catch one. Now I'm never buying a hocky jersey. You see how much damn money them hockey jerseys cost? Hell with that. I like them. I like them. I
always wanted a who is it? St. Louis Blues.
Good job.
Obviously, music. I always wanted that jersey. I ended up getting a Red Wings jersey on the cheap at some like discount store like a long time ago. I wore it for like a winter and then was just like, okay, I'm tired of wearing all this. This is a lot of material. It's a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it? I've never even had one.
It's heavy as hell, dog. Heavy.
They are nice. Like
they are very nice. But
I would think they're worth the money more than like football jerseys are.
for sure. And then like the one I have, like if you have, I'm guessing like they have like these little strap-in things for like if you're wearing pads and shit, so you can.
You gotta. They sell it that way.
They sold it to me that way.
This says strapping things.
I
didn't know they
it has
sold.
like these little strap-in things where it's like these little buttons and shit that you can strap into your little pads and shit.
I listen again. You may learn this if you have rolled with me. You may already know this. Some people like to call me cheap. I don't look at it as cheap. I just think there are certain things that I'm willing to, spend my cash on. Right? Like that's just my deal of it. I don't think cheap. But damn, man, I don't even think hockey has a replica version. Like, give me a replica version. Like I don't need the stitch in numbers. Give me can I have an option? Like
I just want screen printed.
Other sports, yeah, they got an option. Like
they don't have the money for knockoff like replica.
The hell they don't. I bet you they would get them sold a lot. If they roll out there and it like the NFL and all the other sports, they have the kind of replica. You can do a replica. They could do that. And I would buy them. These women, I saw one. I was like, all right, man. Maybe I scoop me up one of these. I was like, damn, man, that thing's $140, $145, $190.
But I will say, I just want to say this real quick, since we were on the conversation of baseball games. I feel like baseball is better in person. I went to my first baseball game last year. And shout out to Bill Tater. He got me some badass tickets. And I had a time, dude. I was up front. I was next to all these people that were talking shit. And it was, dude, I lost my voice. I almost passed out from screaming at the end because I think Bregman hit like a walk-off. Someone hit a walk-off and right at the 9th inning, and it was fucking sick. I was going crazy, dude. Almost passed out.
That's your first baseball? That's your first baseball game?
First baseball game, yep.
Baseball games are fun in person. I'm not a baseball person, but I love going to games. Like, it is fun because it's compared to football, and I haven't been to a football game as a fan in a long time, but I used to be a season ticket holder for the Chiefs, and it's like it's a whole thing because you want to go, you want to drink, you want to tailgate at Arrowhead, it's a whole day. Like you're carving out a whole day for a football game. And baseball, especially now that it's like sped up a little bit with the pitch clock, you can go knock out a baseball game in a couple of hours and it's chill. You have a couple of beers, eat some food, hang out on a nice Sunday or something, and then you go home and you have the rest of the evening to do stuff.
Yeah, baseball. Now listen, I am a sports nut. I'm the nuttiest of us on this show. I sit up there and I'm really into, figure skating when we get to the Olympics, short of curling, like I'm in it, but I can see how, like, if it's either one of them days threatening, like right now in Minnesota, it was 39 degrees at first pitch. Nah, man, like for a game that doesn't have a lot of action and sitting, nah, that ain't it. And then not a game that don't have like a lot of fan participation that you're not into it, that ain't it. And then when it's 98, oh my God, it's 98. Yeah. I will never forget. I was at Kauffman Stadium, and I did not know this for a long time. And I don't know if this is at every stadium, and I wonder if it's a thing now. But check it. Did you know you can bring in your own food?
Yeah.
I assume that you can't.
I was gonna say, did you? I don't think a lot of people know that you can bring in you can bring in your own food.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that until I was older. Like, I don't think we did that when I was young.
Oh, I didn't. Teresa, who is my mother, I'll explain that. Unlike many people who are listening to this, still trying to figure out who is Bill Tater. We just got a Bill Tater. Like, no explanation. Like you said, LeBron James, but you just said Bill Tater. But anyway, Teresa, who is my mom, she said, "Yeah, I bring in Chipotle all the time," and I was like, "Really?"
Hell yeah, Teresa.
And so we went in and we brought in some food, and it was, like I said, it was a really, really hot day, like 98, 99, a 1 o'clock Sunday game. And we went and got we went and got like Jimmy John's before they had heated sandwiches. Sort of. We went and got Jimmy John's, and there was a family that came in after us. They came in with a bucket from KFC with mashed potatoes and
all the fixins,
mac
all the
and
fixins.
cheese and biscuits, and they looked.
You gotta do it right.
They looked so damn hot. They looked so hot. Like, hey man, a bucket of original crispy. Listen, KFC is a little further down right now on my chicken list, but I mean, I could still bang out a crispy original recipe. But I'm like, dog, how are y'all eating this? And they had 2-liter bottles of orange pop that they were banging out. And I'm like, how in the hell are y'all eating this? Like, it's so hot. Like I can't mess with it. I'm just like, but a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know you can. I don't know if now this was well before COVID, and I feel like kind of like September 11th, like everything changed after that. Like, so I don't know if they allow you to do it now. It seems silly as hell, because I know you used to be able to do it at the movie theater. Can you still do it, Serda? I know you go. Can you still?
I mean, you can sneak it. You can sneak in whatever you want.
But I'm not even
never been allowed at the movie theater.
No, that's bullshit.
No, they don't allow you to bring your own stuff into the movie. Everybody just sneaks it in. You've never been allowed to bring anything.
Okay, I just want you to stop. I just want you to allow me to tell you. Now
I go to the movies more than anybody you know. I promise.
Okay, and I'm just telling you that's not true. At Independence Center, I have brought in a bag of McDonald's from across the street. Brought in the bag of McDonald's, and no one said it. I didn't hide it.
Maybe that was in the 90s. I don't know.
I mean, you probably met some workers that didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? The workers were just like, "Yeah, I'm not going to stop this."
No, I've done it. I did it. I did it a lot. I did it often. It wasn't a.
He's like more than once, baby.
It wasn't a one-time thing. And I remember my Yolanda was the one who got me hip to it, because I used to hide it. Because I remember one time I had like ketchup and mustard that got away from me on the inside of my pockets because I tried to sneak McDoubles in my pocket.
They probably gave you a nickname, dog. They're probably like, "Here comes Ronald McDonald." McDonald's again.
They may have.
Damn, dog. Here comes Ronald McDonald with the double cheeseburgers again.
And I remember
they just didn't give a shit at the Independence Center is maybe what it was.
Okay, I just like there might have been a time, sir, that maybe you just didn't have the balls, or you didn't know. There might have been a time.
I remember as a kid, we snuck it in because you had to sneak it in. That's always been the rule at the movie theater.
I'm telling you, and I always thought that was the case, and I was sneaking it in. And first off, don't hit me with like the 90s. This is the 2000s, man. I'm 40, so don't hit me with it in the 90s. I was a young kid. Okay, let's talk about when I was able to go when I was 4. Like I could do it in that AMC 20 in Independence, Missouri. That's where that is. That they allowed it.
I don't sneak things into the movie anymore. I used to, but I don't now, because I love the movie so much and they're struggling that I'm like one of those people that's like, I want to support the movie theater and like buy things at the movie theater, even though it's stupid expensive.
Too damn expensive. I brought Whataburger into a movie theater last time I went to go to movies. It was actually pretty good. Had a nice little patty melt with bacon.
And see, they
avocado.
They give me, man. I'll be in there getting
made a whole ass mess,
spending all kinds of money, but I'll be in there getting hammered. There is not that little invention that they slid in there where you go in there and dine and watch the movie, and you could lay on back and you hit that bell and keep bringing them in them. Yeah, that was it.
I got when I went and saw Furiosa. Like I think that was the last time I got drunk at the movie theater, but I
never heard of it.
Like we had
the new Mad Max.
Yeah, and it
came out like
it's an amazing movie, but
it's a great movie.
We like went to dinner before, got drinks and stuff, and then got to the movie theater. Like bought several beers there, and by the end of the movie, I was just hammered.
Your feet off the ground. As soon as your feet hit the ground, you're like, "Damn, I'm drunk." All right,
having to go pee every 10 minutes.
Osita, I know you were happy last night, and
yes, sir. Let's talk about it.
Many people in the Houston area we're happy as the it's not even an upset, right? It is. I think it was just a surprise. It wasn't an upset. I don't think people are shocked off their ass that Houston won. They should be. Houston won 34, 35 games. They went 19-1 in the second toughest conference in the country, in the Big 12. And they've been like Houston's been one of the premier college basketball teams in the last, half decade plus since Kelvin Sampson has been there. So it's not a surprise that they have done this. But I think with Duke up 14
At
with
the half.
well, no, Duke was up 6 at the half. And then they just ran it up and it was like Houston was making shots at after the half, but couldn't stop anything. Like they had come out and made 10 of like their first 13 shots, and they went from down 6 at the half to down 10. They're down 14 with like 6 minutes left. They're down 9 with like, I think 2 minutes, 2:30 left. Right? They're down 7 with a minute 15 left. They're down 6 with 32 seconds left. Now they did this to my team, Kansas, earlier this year. They were down 6 with Kansas going to the line with 12 seconds, and Kansas lost that game to Houston. They referenced that a lot last night. But I just think with Duke out there and them having that type of lead, I just think that's the surprising part. Duke scored one field goal in the final 10:36 of the game, which is insane. 1 3-pointer. Now they went to the line and made some shots, but 1 3-pointer in the final 10:30 of the game, which is insane. But man, if you were watching that game and you looked at it like Duke's size and their talent, you could just see it was like, hey, man, I know Houston is going to fight. And that's, you love those kids. They're going to fight like hell. They're going to keep coming. They're one of them. Like Houston's one of them dudes that you fight that even if you beat them up, like even if you went, like they're not going to quit.
Yeah,
like
somebody's still going to talk shit.
Somebody like one guy I had tried to stump into the sewer. Like they won't quit. They won't quit. Like you got to physically break it up, bring it down. They won't quit at all. And they didn't. And I just thought, I'm watching, I just thought, man, I love the fight on these kids, but just Duke's talent and their size. Like they just couldn't get a rebound. They just couldn't, they couldn't just do anything with them and their size. And they just ultimately, it seemed like every time they got an offensive rebound, it turned into a 3. And then Cooper Flagg, who I want to get to here in a second. Cooper Flagg, who was really, really good. I've already seen now, since he missed that last shot, that it is now being said that he is not a clutch player. He doesn't have the clutch gene. My man is 18, supposed to be in high school, and all of a sudden, this one time here, even though he had 28 in the game, this is the modern day LeBron athlete. I've already seen he just doesn't have that clutch gene. He doesn't come up big in big moments because he's missed a couple last second shots like he did yesterday. I am so impressed by the Houston kids. That is some fight. That's one of the toughest, mentally toughest teams I've seen in a long time. And Serda, it always circles back here. I became insanely jealous.
Why?
Of Kelvin Sampson at Houston.
Kansas sucks.
Because yes, sucks is strong, but yes, they did not play up to their standard. But what I saw last night, and Serda has watched Kansas on and off. What I saw last night, that is a Bill Self Kansas-like team, right? Like they may not, like the best teams that Bill has had, like they may not have all. They've got good talent, but maybe they don't have like the first rounders. I looked at the draft board, a full mock draft of the 2 rounds, and Duke has 8 guys in it. They got 8 guys on their team right now that are mocked to be drafted in the only 2 rounds of the draft. Guess how many Houston has?
Like 2?
None. 0. No.
Okay.
Not one. Not one on their team is mocked. Now I think they got a couple of guys that got a chance to play because they're hard nosed and they can defend, but they don't have anybody. So, but they were tougher, and it's like they're not talented. LJ Cryer is a great college player and can shoot. Emmanuel Sharp, thank you for showing up in the final 2 minutes, but he can play, right? Uzan, even though he doesn't know who Bun B is and he doesn't know a lot of things, he can play.
That little boy is completely unaware of his surroundings, dog. That shit is crazy to me. You don't know Bucky's, you don't know Selena, you don't know who Bun B is, you don't know what a kolache is.
He's from
You're just
Vegas.
eating the thing that they give you, not even asking.
You didn't know it. He's from Vegas.
Like, crazy. I don't give a damn where you're from.
Yeah, he is. I'm not sorry, man. Maybe these kids. He's from Vegas. He's from Vegas and he's 21. Maybe he might not have Selena's. Maybe he might not have Bun B. Maybe he might not. Shit.
He called it Boosie's. He called it Boosie's. He's like, oh, that place Boosie's? That's wild, bro. That's wild.
I didn't have it. I didn't have Bucky's until I went. I didn't have Bucky's until about 3 years ago. But
okay, fair.
But like their toughness was amazing to me, and and the reason why I became a bit jealous was like you can see in this time of NIL, the players, being able to move all over the place, transfer portal stuff. Up to this point, I don't know if anybody has been better at it than Kelvin Sampson in Houston. And when you compare them to what Bill Self and what Kansas has done, and Bill has gotten the better classes and the better names and the higher rated transfer players, but they didn't fit his system and fit what he wanted to do. Kelvin Sampson, you can see, was able to get the guys to fit what it is that he wants to do. And you saw exactly, and I sometimes I kind of laugh, and Serda knows that I kind of laugh at they've built a culture type of thing. They've built this. They are, like some of the times I heard somebody say the other day, Miami Heat's culture was really, really good because Jimmy Butler was really, really good. And then with Jimmy Butler and the best players left, and when LeBron and D Wade left, their culture sucked. But I do think in college and with Kelvin Sampson, like that team and those kids on a daily basis are built on be tough. Be tough. Be tough. Be mentally tough. No, nothing phase you. When that fool did that idiot deal where he tried to strip the guy on the inbound pass, where he crossed the line and stripped it out of his hands before he could pass it in, and they just let it go. Just mentally tough kids, boy. They had figured it out. They had figured out like what type of kids to get, and I hope that was a lesson to Bill Self in Kansas. To hell with these names. It don't matter if they don't fit what it is that you're built on. And Houston has it, boy. I give them all credit.
And admittedly, I'm not locked into Kansas basketball, but like I feel like they've had teams like that, like the team that won it all a few years ago.
That's what their program's built on. Their program is built on like the year they won, the one I think you're talking about, the year they won.
Brown was like that dude, like
Brown,
happy, high energy, like always gave it everything he had. Like I feel like that team that won a national championship was like that, but now I don't know, maybe NIL is changing things here where it's not just we're buying into whatever Bill Self is selling here. Now you're paying us and now you got to sell us on more than that.
Well, it's not even real quick, Osita. It's not even what Bill Self is selling. It's like the game has changed, right? Like you're not guaranteed to have as much time to have a kid, right? To have a kid built up on you. Right, like Bill is used to having kids like Thomas Robinson. He stayed 3 years. Sharon Collins stayed 4 years. Christian Brown stayed 3 years. Obaji stayed 4 years. Right, the Morris twins stayed 3 years. and those guys built Tyshawn. Those guys built up. That don't happen. I just watched Eddie. What is Eddie's last name? I can't remember his name, but I just saw him enter the transfer portal for the 6th time. He has entered the portal for the 6th time. He has played for TCU, Colorado, St. John's, Syracuse, and now he is entering the portal again for his final year. Like, that's what this is. Kansas just had 6 guys enter the portal since the season has ended, right? So you don't get a chance to be able to sell, and I'm going to have you here for years, and that means you have to coach different because you don't know, even if your best players, they might leave on you. They might leave after 1 year, so you got to coach differently and do the things. And I just think he had a hard time figuring out, like, what guys do I need to have? What are the cats that I got to have here? And how do I coach? How do I run through it? And I think that's been problematic, but I think it has started with him enamored with the big talent and that talent not actually fitting with what his culture is. Like, there's some guys, there's some great players that Kansas just got in the portal. Kelvin Sampson wouldn't touch because they're not mentally tough enough to handle what he wants and what he's looking for. And
I feel like this just goes to show, this is like a testament. This is going to sound super cheesy, but it doesn't matter the size of the dog in the fight. It doesn't matter this fight in the dog. You know what I mean?
I want you to, real quick, I want you to know you were correct.
It sounded cheesy. It sounded cheesy.
Okay. I mean,
well, I was actually gonna thank you, Ronald. I'll still thank you because I'm a man of word, man of conviction. Ronald. I was gonna thank you because, before doing my first bracket, I was just like, man, fuck March Madness. I ain't got shit to do with it. But this year, dog, I have been locked the fuck in, sir. I have been locked in. I got my picks right. I got Florida and U of H. I'm number 3 in our office. I still don't know how the point system works. I don't know why I'm number 3. I'm the only one who got the final right. But, I'm sitting there watching these games, and it made me realize, man, I have been missing out the past couple of years, just like really not watching sports, man. Like I'm into it, sir. I watched that whole game last night, like thinking, like, damn, dude, like
you gotta pick it up. You got to pick up the sports thing.
It felt like I don't know, man. Like, it was, with the ups and downs. And then the last 2 minutes, these guys were killing it. I was yelling at my TV when he made that free throw. When he made that last free throw and they tied it up, I was, yes, my boy. Yes. That's
the crazy part. What I say about their toughness is Jawan Roberts, who
not the greatest free throw.
Maybe 20. He may be 25. But Jawan Roberts is a career 59% free throw shooter, and this year has bumped it up to 62. And he shot 2 line drives. Like, he shot 2 shots like the guy that you play against at beer pong that pisses you off because there's only one way it goes in, is to go straight in, because he shoots line drives that go right in, and he just banged them both in.
Yeah,
both in. And I'm just like, dang, man. But you can tell, though, the way he shot it, though, he walked into there and there was no nerves whatsoever. There was no nerves. Like, he went right into that piece and said, if I miss it, I miss it. But I'm coming in and I'm stepping and I'm shooting this bitch. And I mean, and they were ready for that. Like, when Duke had to go down and they were down and they needed to get one stop, I had total confidence. That's what their program's built on. I had total confidence that they would get that stop. No, I had complete confidence that they would get that stop. But it was crazy, man. You want to know what my favorite thing right now, this show, and it really turns me on, is that we just had a guy who is a host of this show say, I've been really missing out on watching sports.
I've been missing out, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been so focused on like art and music and like other things in my life and shit like that. And then I'm just like, there is that, because it's not like I didn't play it when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is that innate feeling that I get. I'm just like, fuck yeah, dog. Like, this stuff is where it's at, dog. Like, I'm actually having a good time watching this shit and talking about it and knowing this stuff. And
It can be fun.
It is fun, man.
It can be fun. It is fun. The most unique sport. I do want to. We got business to take care of tonight. We got to get to the heat check. We certainly have to do that. I first want to tell you about an experience I had in Serda's Hell, which was HEB yesterday, and I went to the grocery store and had a great time, no problems at all. Went in there. Was gonna throw some brisket on the docket there, and I was good to go. And I'm like, yo, hey, let's do that. Like, I'm gonna throw some brisket. Want to get a brisket? Let me go buy a brisket. Let me go do my thing and have a good time. And so I decided to go do that. Went to the grocery store, pick up some things for the food, and grab some other stuff. And I get in there and listen. I'm a D-list celebrity, I mean, at best, it happens from time to time.
You made the grade?
Yeah. Look, I'm a D-list celebrity. Like, I mean, I'm a local in two places celebrity. Have I signed an autograph before? Yes. Have I?
I've actually seen someone asking for an autograph before.
Have I? Do I take pictures from time to time? Yeah.
Have I taken pictures of you with fans from time to time? Yeah.
Yes, you have. But I'm in like the dairy area, and I could see it when it happens. Like, there's a guy, he's coming my way. It's him with a kid. And I mean, he is staring at me. I mean, just staring me right in my eyes all the way through. And I pass him, and he passes me, but he's just staring me down. It doesn't say anything. But then we wrote back around. And I get over to the drink aisle, and he's there again, and he's all the way to the other end, and I'm looking, and he walks me back over. He goes, "I'm sorry. Is your name Ron?" Like, the show Hughley. He goes, "Oh, wow, huge fan, I said, hey man, and I normally my line is, when they ask me that, is guilty as charged, but I didn't say that this time. I was like, huge fan, appreciate you listening, And I heard his son, who's younger, looked like he's about 7 or 8, said, "Was it him, Dad?" And I started cracking up. But it got me to thinking, like, you all have probably seen A or B list celebrities when you're out. Are you one that stops and talk? Like, are you going to get a picture? Are you going to get an autograph? Are you going to talk to the person? Like, what is your way of handling seeing celebrities? Because we see them, especially in our line of business. We see all the time. When I was at the Super Bowl, Radio Row, literally, like, I saw everybody all week, right? I'm name dropping, but we interviewed Emmitt Smith. Like, Cam Newton was over there by, like, we saw anybody like you can think of. And the person to me that I saw that had the most, like, it was the craziest celebrity thing to deal with, oddly enough, was Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh of Cash Money.
Yeah.
I don't know if Manny was trying to go to the restroom. I don't know what he was doing, but he had his handlers, and he did not get 20 steps. And in that 20 steps, he got stopped to take pictures 5 times. 5 times, dudes went up. Hey, can I get? And he did. Like, you could tell it's a routine. He does this a lot. Bam, he did it. But I was just like, damn. And I saw him. I didn't say anything to him. Like, not even trying to be big. For me, I know I'm weird with it. Like, I'm not gonna get a picture. The only way I get a picture is if, like, I did an interview with Emmett and I took it. Right. I think there's maybe a couple that I might have to do it, like LeBron or Tiger. Like, those are Serena. Those are ones. And I still don't know if I would 100% do it. Like, I just, my thinking is, damn, man, like, these guys, they're getting this. Like, Manny Fresh, that has to be an everyday occurrence for him, like, a lot. And my thinking is always like, man, they get this every day. Like, I just let him. Like, I may say, like, hey, like, I saw Yordan Alvarez at the zoo. I said, hey, big fella, man, keep swinging it, which probably could have been taken multiple ways. But hey, and mind you, I saw him and I saw his petite wife. I don't know how that white lady is taking that, but that's another conversation.
Jesus, Ron. Jesus Christ, man. Why does your mind always go, like, always there?
If you saw
you live in the gutter, dog.
I know. If you saw that couple, you would be thinking, how is she handling that big monster? You would. But
look, man, as a big man myself that happens to like petite women, I don't want people going around asking that question for me every single time.
Listen,
that's crazy, dog.
You're a big fella,
yeah.
But you're not Yordan. And I just want you to, like, I just should know that big son of a bitch in her. It was just like, my God, is she really got this? But no, but how do you handle it? Because I never do. I'm never the one that would take the picture, whatever.
You already know my answer. Just generally, like, talking about my general social habits.
So yeah, your hatred for people
and how I generally react to having to speak to people in any way. But I would say, like, it's different because if it's like a work thing, like if we're talking Radio Row and the opportunity presents itself to talk to somebody that I respect or whatever, I'm not like a let's take a picture person, but I wouldn't mind having a conversation with someone if the opportunity presented itself.
You're not a picture autograph person.
No, but like grocery store, just out and about in everyday life, I'm not saying a word. Like, I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Like, going about my business and leaving them alone. And I'm not going to be that person that's going to try to intrude on their life.
For me, I have to agree with that, though, because, like, for me, I've worked in the music industry in some capacity for like a really long time, and now I work in radio and stuff like that, and I have been handlers for people. I feel like if I see somebody with a handler, I know that they don't want to be bothered because that's why they have handlers. You know what I mean? Like, the whole job is to, like, hey, keep these people away from me, blah, blah, blah. But then a lot of times, a lot of artists kind of end up breaking that because they want to be, nice to their fans. They don't want to seem like they don't want to feel like they're being an asshole. But I think I've learned that when you meet people and stuff like that, I feel like a good conversation is worth more than like a picture for the gram or something like that. Like I've run into so many people without their handlers, and I just have like a cool 20-minute, 30-minute conversation with them. I'm just like, oh man, that person's actually really cool. But if I see somebody like on the street or something like that, I'll just be like, hey man, love your work. Just recognize you and then leave. You know what I mean?
That's all you do. Like
I love your work. Done.
So Serda, if you was at Hy-Vee right now and Trey, whatever his name is, the lead singer from Fish, came walking through.
Anastasio.
You're just gonna keep it moving?
I'd be like Trey. Like
that's all you do?
I'd probably make some kind of like deep cut Fish reference, and I'd try to keep it moving. I wouldn't walk up and be like, "Can I have a hug?" Like I wouldn't want to.
But stop it, Serda. Nobody said you have to be creepy and say, "Hey, can I come up and put my hands in your pockets?" Like nobody says, "Can I come up and give a hug?" Like no, but like you said, for the gram, like we see a lot of people who take like they will do it. Like, and I'm not saying I don't get it. I just like for me, I just think that, but there are some. Like if I saw LeBron James, I'm gonna swing that one, and I might even try to get a photo. I might try to get a picture.
Well, like Bob Dylan's my favorite artist of all time, and I would be like an absolute wreck if I ever actually met Bob Dylan. But also knowing Bob Dylan's personality and how much he genuinely doesn't like people most of the time, I would be terrified to say anything to him.
I think you have to
you got it. Like everybody's got to have a 3 that you at least where you're like I ain't gonna catch you while you eating, but like I gotta do something. Like we gotta
okay. So like I said, I want a genuine conversation. I feel like a genuine conversation with somebody is more fun. Also, I'm super vain, so I guess my top 3 would have to be women that I think I could pull that are famous. Women that I think I stand a chance with. So Io Adebere, for sure, she'd be up there because I feel like if I met her in real life, we'd have a really good conversation, and she might fall in love with me for sure. Sabrina Carpenter, I think I could maybe make that work because little white women love me. And I think I could pull her onto my team as well. And then who else?
Little
as far as
white
like
women love me.
Oh, dude, little white women love me. They love me. Look at me. I'm handsome as fuck.
Okay. See, I would be doing like movie directors. I think would be the.
Oh yeah, you.
Paul Thomas Anderson. Love to sit down and talk with Paul Thomas.
That'd be fun.
I
don't even know what he looks like, but that's like one of my favorite. He has a lot of my favorite movies.
Who's The Glass and M
Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, I know that's a fun one for Serda.
I'd go up to him and be like, "So, how's your daughter's music career going after that fucking movie, huh?
Yeah,
yeah. She the pop star that you always wanted her to be.
Yeah,
that shit was ridiculous.
I would do like Christopher Nolan, maybe, just because of his success and everything that he's done, and then Jordan Peele would probably be up there for him.
He would be a fun conversation. He'd be
Ridley Scott too. The Ridley Scott's not very nice, I don't think.
All right, let's get to the heat check.
Had to take my jacket off because this one's hot, spicy. Anyway, okay, for today's heat check, let me see. How do I want to start this off? Started off with the story. So I'm driving in a neighborhood, and I'm at this 3-way intersection, and this guy is at a stoplight, or not a stoplight. He's at the stop sign, and I'm just like waiting for this guy to go, make eye contact through one window, 2 windows, and then his right. And I see. What do I see? The crypt keeper staring back at me. This just old, decrepit man driving right past me at a 3-way intersection. And I'm just like thinking to myself, I'm like, why the fuck is he driving a car? Like, why is he driving a car? And so here's my hot take. I think you should be aged out of certain things. I think driving is definitely one of the things that you should be able to be aged out of. And I got to thinking, how can we age out? You know, what's the age? What is the significant thing that would age you out of driving? Right. I'm
gonna let you finish, but I don't agree with it.
You don't agree? Okay, that's fine. You don't have to agree
I don't agree with a piece of it. Go ahead.
Okay, well, my thing is, I feel like the reason why we don't let kids drive is because obviously their prefrontal cortex isn't like developed enough to make smart decisions, and they might shit themselves or pee themselves, and you know, while driving. I feel like incontinence is the limit. That is the limit. Once you get old enough to shit yourself, you should not be allowed to drive a car. Because what happens if you're trying to hold it, and you're driving like a fucking maniac, trying to make it to the next bathroom, and you hit somebody? You know, I just feel like we should have limits on some of these things. It's getting ridiculous. There's no reason why I should have to drive past a guy that looks like he's like on heaven's door, you know, about to die, and just like see him slowly drive what was honestly a nicer car than I have. It kind of pissed me off.
Well, that was the issue. That was clearly the issue.
Maybe it is. Maybe he shouldn't be driving a fucking Benz. Maybe it is the safest car for someone in
he's old.
At his age.
Probably saved up for that.
Hey,
yeah. Look, listen. A couple of things. One, the shit yourself thing, not fair. I have in public shit myself and had to go to the restroom and just throw my drawers in the trash can and keep it moving. And that was in my 30s, so that's not fair. Sometimes
is that what I'm looking forward to?
I'm just saying. Sometimes, in the great words of the great Josh Vernier, you get a little cavalier with a fart, and and you misjudge one, and it happens. My 5-year-old son last week, he misjudged one coming out of the shower. He said, "Dad."
That's exactly why he can't drive. That's why he can't drive.
I thought I had to fart, but a little bit came out on the floor. Hey. And all I said, was it the carpet or the tile? But anyway, here my disagreement on the age now. Like what age are you thinking?
Old enough to shit yourself.
Yeah, but that's again, but you're not putting it at a certain age. Like you're doing what I'm saying. Like to me, I agree with you. I think older people scare the shit out of me on the roads. And some of them shouldn't be driving. But I don't believe that is all old people. Like I think there is a place where you reach an age and then you have to be tested every year on certain things. Like you have.
Would you like to see Joe Biden drive past you?
No, and again, no, but there are like Joe's 80 something, but
all right, cool. That's the age. Let's go with that.
But Trump is going to be that age in a couple of years, and I
wouldn't want to see him driving past me either.
Yeah, but I think Trump can drive. Like when I look at Trump.
I don't think Trump drives anything.
I don't think he drives anything.
I didn't say he drives anymore. I said I think he can drive. Like I think cognitively he's nuts, but I think cognitively when it comes to that stuff, I think he can drive. I think there are eight people at the same age of Joe that are moving around and in a much better place than Joe is right now. I think once you hit 75, I think you should have to test and redo the driving portion every year. I think you should have to redrive. Hell, say it. The only thing he could drive up is our. Yes, he can. Tariff. Yeah, you can.
Tariff.
I think at 75. Hey man, we got to. Hey, every year, baby, got to your birthday, man. Got to retake. We got to retake this puppy. Got to make sure you got this good. Got to make sure because I don't want to take it away from some others that are good with it. That can go.
And I think because I'm a kind soul, I think that we should also have, if you can't drive, like if we take away your license and stuff like that, I think you should be able to get like free Ubers. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind being an Uber. Hey, I think we should help them out. Help out the old people.
Yeah, they could Lyft and Uber could afford that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just like the old people, you're taking them to the grocery store and back, or maybe church and back. Where else are you taking them? It's not like you're taking them to the club. You know what I mean? It's not like they're gonna throw up drunk in the back of your car on a Saturday night. You know
No,
what I mean?
man. I just think
you.
you get like I just think you start to get people who just really take advantage of this shit, and now people start to lose money. Serda's been someone who's driven Lyft. Like you get you get taken advantage of, and you just start getting screwed at one point. So unless it's included in somehow in the driver's rate, and they don't get paid, nah. Maybe they get a certain amount a month. Maybe they get a 4-spot a month.
Yeah. I don't think it's that serious, but
I think it's that.
I do agree they should be tested more often.
No, I do. I do.
To 70, they probably need to be tested every year.
Like, there are some 75, 80-year-old people between those ages. Like, there are some that are hip. Like that are on it. Like, I'll never forget, boy, Miss Terry from church. Shout out to Miss Terry Metropolitan. She did pass away in her late 90s. Oh. But she was on it. Like, she was
mental
on it.
Still there.
Yes. Yeah. My grandfather, another story. Right? My grandfather jumped on the metro and kept trying to go to Ford. His job that he had 50 years prior to that. Right? Like some people are in a different space, right? Where they shouldn't be driving. But some can. I just think 75, you got to test that thing. Come on. Let's see it. Because I'm telling you right now, Teresa, Stan.
All right, Patty, so what's the test?
Teresa,
what's the test we're gonna have though?
Just you got to redo the driving test. Like you got to redo.
Okay.
Yeah, not the. I ain't gonna make you do the written. I ain't gonna disrespect you.
I thought you were gonna do like the combine kind of thing. Like it's just like, all right, you gotta.
No. Nah, baby, just get behind it. Just get behind the wheel, Jack. That's all I need. Let me see what you can do. Like, let me take the driver's test, just like I'm gonna have a 16-year-old do. Hit it every year, right? And it should be easy if you still good. But if I tell you take a right turn and it take you 18 seconds to take that right turn, we got to do something. You rolling up on curbs, you can't parallel park. Like, because
to be fair, parallel parking's hard. No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, but if you can't do all of it enough to get the grade, you can't do it. Hey, I didn't tell you. Like I'm gonna get to a certain age where I feel like I'm gonna start testing out these grandparents of mine, of my kids, our parents, because y'all got our kids, baby. Hey, maybe we'll make sure we getting in and out here. Like we all good right now. About 10 years though.
Got to make sure you still got it.
We got to make sure you still got it. you still gonna be leading the way. But no, hey, when I moved here, of course, it was through COVID and all that stuff. I completely let it get away from me when I had to get my license renewed. So I had to take the whole thing over. I had to take the written. I had to study for the written like I was 15. I had to take it all over. Wasn't fun. I ain't gonna make them do the written, but they sure as hell gonna do that driven part of it all day. Take us home, Osita.
All right. Well, I want to kind of go back to something. Back to the fact that little white women love your boy Big O. They love them some Big O. And when I was in high school, I caught the eye of a beautiful French red-haired girl